Guess what time it is? It is time for my favorite part of the month, and that is the unboxing of a new and wonderful yarn. Now, the yarn that I'm going to be unboxing today is from someone I have received yarn from before, but these are mystery boxes, or rather, in her case, they come in a mystery bag. And so basically what I got to do is I got to put my hand in blindly, and I think I know the position the yarns are in because, earlier in the year I put them in the right position they were supposed to be in, and it's been a year, so I'm not entirely sure which yarn it is, or really kind of what it looks like. So I'm going to be surprised all over again. We've had this indie dyer before. She is Melissa from Melissa's Yarn Barn. I've been very happy with her stuff so far. Let's see what we get today. So excuse the noisiness as usual. Okay, so before I show you this yarn, and it's really a nice, actually masculine yarn, which is something I usually don't receive. So this is kind of a nice little surprise. Now, what she says about this yarn is, if you love getting squishy mail and also love good surprises, I think I have what you're looking for. And then she goes on to say, this is geared for those cold winter days. You'll get a mystery skein of winter yarn or cold colors and a random set of stitch markers as usual. Yarn weight will be randomly chosen. So it'll be interesting to see if it's going to be the fingering weight, sport weight, maybe worsted weight. I don't know. We're going to see. I know the first time that I read the yarn weight will be randomly chosen, my brain was definitely somewhere else, because I totally was at the, well, grams for 30, for $35 or however much I spent on this, I should have 100 grams. Talking about the weight of the yarn. I'm such a doorknob sometimes. So anyway, she encourages us to open the package, squeal with the light, make some hot tea, choose your pattern, then grab your knitting needles. In my case, it's going to be my hooks, and begin. So we know the squealing part when it comes to new yarns is not difficult for me. I do that very easily, and I do it very well. Ask my husband. He'll tell you all about it. So the first thing she gives us in this little packet is a nice little washcloth. So this is the second washcloth I've received, and that's fine because I can always use washcloths. I'm happy to receive them. And so I've received in these boxes so far, this is my second washcloth, I believe, and then a woven swatch, because this artist also does weaving, or I'm not entirely sure if she's doing the weaving, but I know that she weaves hand woven gifts, or she sells, yeah, hand woven gifts. And so it's quite a pretty swatch. And I thought I was going to put it into my fabric basket, but really I found a wonderful home for it in the drawer for my lace pillow. I think you can see it right there. This contraption that you see right there, that is a lace pillow, and that's where I make or use in the making of certain laces. And so in here is a drawer. And so I went ahead and I lined the drawer with my woven swatch. It fit in there perfectly, and that's really a good place for it. So that made me happy. Okay, so let's take a look at the yarn. So yes, very masculine, very blue, and I'm telling you, these colors are pretty much as bright in real life as you see them on the screen. That's pretty amazing. Now, I don't usually use a lot of masculine colors like these, particularly in these darker blues, so I'm really interested to see what I finally do with this. Now, this particular yarn, what yarn is it? It's a sock weight yarn, so that's good. Nice fingering weight yarn, and it's a 75. superwash merino and a 25% nylon, so it's going to be super soft. It's 100 grams of yarn here, so that's really nice. I can make some really fun socks out of these. I mean, that shouldn't be a problem at all. And I got plenty of minis in order to make the heel and the toe, and I do like me some good woolen socks. So that's certainly something to keep in mind. This particular yarn happens to be a 4-ply, and for my 100 grams, I'm going to get about 460 yards of yarn. Now, it doesn't say yards or meters, so I just go with yards. Sounds good to me. And then the stitch marker. Let me get the stitch marker off because she always gives us a stitch marker. In this case, I've got 2 stitch markers. And this time, the stitch markers are a little stocking with a bee on it. And then a little snowman. So I'm not really sure what the bee is there for, but okay. We'll just add this to the ever-growing collection of stitch markers. I'm going to have to figure out something to make these. Rather, let me try this again. I am going to have to figure out some way to use up these stitch markers. I have so many of them, and I just don't make things fast enough to hang them off of. So I don't know. Now put some thought to it and see if I can maybe get something creative going. If you have any ideas, any creative ideas on what you do with your abundance of stitch markers, just go ahead and let me know what that looks like. Just let us all know in the comments below, because I'm all out of ideas and I could really use some. Okay, so this is editing Sig here. I'm popping in real fast before we call a close to this video. And I wanted to show you how this yarn was working up. So I wound it, and you can already get an idea on what to expect from winding it. Now, this is half the skein. So not bad, not bad. I've got about, I'm going to say about 56 grams left on this round. She gave me, when I weighed it on my scale, it was approximately, and I'm just guessing, but it was around the 110 gram mark. And this is important to know because I'm going to show you the socks that I'm making from it. So I got one sock finished, and I need to make the second sock, and I'm thinking about making a tutorial for it. But this is how the sock is working up. This is a lovely tabby sock, a Japanese tabby sock. It has the split toe. It's perfect for, like your flip-flops or winter socks with flip-flops on, or just hanging around the house here in Alaska. I like to have socks on my feet. So even if I'm wearing flip-flops, I still like to have a pair of socks because we never really get super warm here. Most of us who are acclimated here, 40 degrees hits and we're all practically wearing summer clothes, or at least late spring clothes. It's kind of typical for us. But I still kind of like to have my feet covered. So this is a great sock, and I've been putting together the pattern for it. And I am happy to share that in a tutorial, but it won't be out for a little while yet. I thought you just might like to know, or at least like to see how this worked up. I'm really pleased with this yarn. I'm pleased with the dyer. And with all that said, I'm going to leave you to the rest of the video. Right? So I don't know what to say or how to act, so I'm just going to check out. All right then. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a real pleasure to have you this time around. The holidays are upon us. Things are busy. People are stressed out. So as usual, I would like you to, I just cannot talk. Oh my goodness. Okay. What I would like for you to do, or I would strongly encourage, keep your head cool, your heart warm, and don't take no shit from nobody. All right. You go out and have a wonderful holiday. Until next week. Bye-bye now.